A significant bug has been discovered in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It isn't game-breaking in any capacity, but it is so subtly strong that it could have caused your party to wipe a few times without you even realizing it. Hey everyone, it's Yggdrasiel and welcome back to another Xenoblade Chronicles 3 video. I know I told you all I would be working on a DLC speculation video, and I still am, but I wanted to address some relatively important and timely topics. One being a very recent discovery with regards to Xenoblade 3's chain attacks that is rather surprising, as well as just sharing with you all the perceived sentiments that people within the community have begun to express regarding the game's post-release content cadence. With all that said, if you found this video interesting, please leave it a like and consider subscribing for more Xenoblade content in the future, but otherwise, let's get stuck in. Let's first talk about the newly discovered bug. It's unclear if it became an issue with patch 1.21's release, or if this was something occurring prior to that, but on January 8th, a Reddit user by the name of Dave0MSU took to the forums convinced that Mio's chain order does nothing to remove or reduce the aggro of attackers and healers. They first started by presenting two cases where they noted that the aggro accrued during the chain attack hadn't been cancelled out by Mio's chain order, which should reduce both attacker and healer aggro completely. They followed up on this with another post shortly after with video proof, which is what you're seeing. Apologies for the poor quality. In this video, Senna has the aggro prior to starting the chain attack and is the only attacker in a group of 5 defenders. After maintaining the aggro on Senna during the chain attack, they activated Lightning Quick, which should have reduced that aggro. However, when they then manually ended the chain attack right after, we can see that Senna still has the aggro and is summarily knocked out, showing that indeed the chain order failed to reduce the aggro that she had, confirming Dave's suspicions. And while some may feel that the particular wording of the chain order, reduce instead of remove, may be a factor, Dave performed a multitude of tests and scenarios and concluded that those two words are pretty interchangeable in this particular case. Confident in their findings, Dave then chose to reach out to Monolith Soft for clarity on the matter, who to my surprise sent them this response back on January 12. Through rough translation, it reads, "Regarding your inquiry, after checking the operation, it became clear that there was a problem. We apologize for the inconvenience caused to our customers. This issue will be addressed in the next update. I would appreciate it if you could wait for a while." So great, they know about it and are seemingly very communicative about it, but some of you may perhaps feel that a factor as small as aggro doesn't matter as much as any game-breaking bug, and to that I say, true, but I have absolutely no doubt that this bug has probably cost a fair amount of players a victory that they otherwise would have had. Imagine meticulously setting up a powerful chain attack combo, banking on Mio at the very end to refresh the party's aggro, but still getting wiped out because of this bug. In the holy trinity of RPG class roles, aggro is an essential component that can derail a whole fight, especially if there are finicky issues with both accruing and retaining it. There could have easily been a version of this bug on a much worse scale than at the end of just one chain order, which is why I felt compelled in addressing this matter. The last bit about this is, when will the next patch date even be for this issue to be resolved? And this will let us segue into the other part of this video, being player sentiments towards Xenoblade Chronicles 3's post-release content cadence. I'll be blunt, with the way Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has been handling content and updates after launch, I wouldn't expect this bug to be patched out before patch 1.3.0, which could come out along with Wave 3 of the DLC. That has the potential to be out as late as the 30th of April. Nintendo themselves originally stated the third wave would be out in early 2023, which I interpreted as being within the first quarter of the year, but they have then re-clarified it as being released by April 30. And while I hope that is not the actual date and just a preventative last-minute measure, I, as well as many others, continue to feel disappointed in the current support that the game has had. There have only been 4 patches since the game's release, one of them on the game's release day, and the latest one, patch 1.2.1, was released on October 4 of last year. That means that while fans expected at least a year and a half of consistent quality support for the game, which we know that Monolith Soft is capable of since they displayed it with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, while they had a fraction of their current employee numbers and dealing with all of 2's issues, there have been no updates for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, major or minor, for nearly 3 months. I discussed this in one of my previous videos, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at least had a minor patch or something new for DLC buyers every 4 to 6 weeks. And with the game being out for nearly 6 months, fans of the game are feeling as if there are many strong opportunities just being missed, like the highly requested feature to turn off the chain attack music. In an extremely recent post by NL, he states, "It's been 6 months since XE3 released. By this time in the XE2 release cycle, we had gotten 7 new Game Plus blades, Telos, Poppy Buster, with Shulk and Fiora along with a new challenge mode feature 2 weeks away. Since XE3 released, we have gotten Eno and a toned down challenge mode." Speaking of the land of the challenge, it was also just discovered by Xenoblade speedrunner It's Tyler that saving in the line of challenge and then starting a new game file will actually let you carry over the Nopon stones you had in your inventory, which can mean access to very powerful items that can alter the speedrunning scene. This is an obvious programming oversight, and I know the line of challenge is always a little finicky in all 3 of the games that it's been in, but another oversight it is, and it doesn't help the current situation where players feel almost a lack of disinterest by Monolith Soft and Nintendo in supporting Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's leading many to speculate if the game should have had those extra 2 months instead of just being bumped ahead to catch some of these issues, while there are others who are wondering if the current lack of content indicates that most resources right now are just being used for the new DLC story, which will come out by the end of this year, or perhaps into other upcoming Nintendo titles like The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. After a lukewarm reception by fans to patch 1.2.0 and personally expecting patch 1.3.0 to be in the same vein, I personally hope that we can get out of this dry patch of content sooner rather than later. Hopefully a February Nintendo Direct is on the horizon, which can help reinvigorate the current general sentiment for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. But otherwise, that's where I'm going to be ending this video. Thank you all very much for taking the time to watch this video and hear me out. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed what I had to say, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more Xenoblade content. I'm currently working away on my future DLC speculation video, which should hopefully be out sometime soon. Again, thank you all very much for watching and listening in, and as always, have a great day.